Toronto Police Service has implemented a pilot project with body-worn cameras. That comes out of a recommendation from a report provided to them by the former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada, Justice Iacobucci, where he recommended that the Toronto Police engage in a body-worn camera pilot project. I think there's a recognition, a pretty broad recognition, that body-worn cameras have a role to play in terms of law enforcement and in terms of enhancing accountability and transparency, both on behalf of police officers but also the public. But body-worn cameras do present some interesting issues from a privacy perspective. They will be collecting potentially a lot of information about citizens who are going about their activities, everyday activities, in a law-abiding fashion. They're also mobiles. They're not like a fixed camera at an intersection or on a building. The mobility means they can collect even more information, and they also can go into areas that may have a heightened sense of privacy, like an individual's home, hospital, place of worship. So we did work with the Toronto Police Service prior to the body-worn camera pilot project going into effect to address these issues and ensure that the benefits of body-worn cameras in terms of transparency and accountability can be experienced while recognizing legitimate rights of privacy by individuals whose images may be captured. So we did work with them in terms of, and impressed on them, and we would impress on any other police service going this route, that there really needs to be a lot of thinking going into a governance framework for how body-worn cameras are going to operate. For example, when are the cameras going to be turned off and on? It's very important that a protocol be put in place so it's very clear that if the cameras are not going to be operating on a 24-hour basis, that an officer knows when he or she needs to turn the camera on. Really important issues as well around the use of the information. It's important to ensure that they're strictly used for legitimate law enforcement purposes, and that function creep does not enter into how those images are going to be captured. Security of the images is also vital. A need to ensure that the images are secure, that access to those images is limited to only those people who have a legitimate right to it. So these are things that we're satisfied the Toronto Police paid attention to in terms of their pilot project. We're looking forward to the results of that. My impression is that other police services in the province have been careful about going down this route. They recognize the importance of addressing privacy, and as I say, we look forward to the results of the Toronto pilot, not only in terms of their usefulness, but in terms of the kinds of protections that we've seen them put in place.